Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I'm here to talk about Yazmin Jaregui versus Denise Gomes. Gomes is 23 years old. These girls are so young. And she's got a record of 7-2, giving up 1 inch of height and 1 inch of reach to 24-year-old 10-0 Yazmin Jaregui. She's got 7 knockouts in her 10 wins, just 3 decisions, never won a fight by submission. She is 2-0 in the UFC, and she's looked damn good. Before the UFC, she didn't face the best competition. There were some concerns. But inside the UFC, she's looked really good. Beat Yazmin Lucindo by a unanimous decision in what was, in the end, a pretty close fight. I thought Lucindo was starting to take over in round 3. Although Jaregui, it's not like she just fell off. I think she knew she had banked 2 rounds. And she TKO'd Estela Nunes in round 2. Estela Nunes may have cardio issues, of course, and she's susceptible to the TKO. But she's still a beast, and that was a great win. She came out of the gate really hot, knocked down Yazmin, bullied her, and, does the Estela Nunes thing. She's a great round 1 fighter. But Jaregui tamed her and then just started beating the living shit out of her and got her out of there. Denise Gomes, she won in the UFC. She's 1-1 in the UFC, but she won her last fight against Bruna Brazil. Just dominated her and got a TKO. Looked really incredible there. Bruna Brazil was a girl that had a good bit of hype, by me anyway. I was like, you got to see this girl. And then she got the shit kicked out of her. But she had a nice head kick anyway before that. But Denise Gomes really beat her up. Just beat her up, pressure, and much better striker. Just outclassed her and got her out of there. It was a great win for her, and her loss to Loma Lookboonmee, her UFC debut, wasn't a bad loss either. Loma did, in general, out-grapple her, but Denise Gomes showed she could hang with her. Not that Loma is the best grappler. She's maybe the most underrated grappler. But Denise Gomes, that's a tough fight for your debut, and she hung in there, and she looked good, certainly down the stretch again. So I like Denise Gomes. She has 5 wins by TKO, 2 wins by decision. Her 2 losses come 1 by TKO, 1 by decision. That's the Loma Lookboonmee, and the TKO loss is to Giselle Moreira, who beat her by TKO in her debut. I was not able to see that fight. But still, that's a girl that's not bad at all, Giselle Moreira, if you don't know her. She's a capable fighter outside the UFC. And inside the UFC here, Denise Gomes, she's really impressed me. Her best win, I guess, maybe it's Bruna Brazil, but she beat former UFC fighter Milana Dudieva before she got to the UFC. That was a fight in which she was losing. Looked like she was being overwhelmed, fighting a girl who's much bigger, Dudieva, and came back, got a big comeback, 3rd round standing knockout over Dudieva. And that's kind of her thing. When she loses, a lot of times it's by round 3 finish. But still, Denise Gomes proved to have everything it took to get that done. And that was an impressive win, and probably the biggest win on her resume as of now. I do think Yazmin Jaregui should win this fight, but I think the odds are wrong. I really like what I've seen from Denise Gomes. So the pick is Jaregui. I think she wins with cleaner striking, much cleaner striking, and pulls ahead and wins a decision down the stretch. But I'm betting on Denise Gomes. I think Denise Gomes will have pressure. I think she will have power. And again, Jaregui's been dropped. She's been pressured and dropped. And I think Denise Gomes can fight well like Lucindo did in round 3, or well like Estela Nunes did in round 1. I really think she's a good in-your-face type of fighter that's very durable. And I expect... well, I can't say she's very durable. She does have that 1 TKO loss, but it's a good fighter in her debut. And again, I haven't seen the fight, so I can't tell if it was on the ground or standing. I tried to see the fight. I always try to see all their losses. But I think there's value on Denise Gomes, for sure. Jaregui hasn't fought too many great fighters. The few she's fought, she looked good against, but still vulnerable in certain ways. And Denise Gomes, the value's on her side, in my opinion. So I've played her money line at plus 300. I think there's definitely some value there. But again, the pick is Jaregui. Jaregui by decision. Like, share, subscribe, all that horseshit. Check out my other videos.